on January 15th. Today, I'm doing something a little bit different. What I really need in my life is a little bit of a reset day, and that's what today will be. You know, when you've been going and going and going and rushing through things, some things are just set to the side for someday. That day is today, but I'm also using today as a little bit of a planning day. I'm reflecting back on the past 2 weeks to see how things are going, to see where my pain points are and what I could potentially improve to make things easier going forward. Maybe I need a new system, maybe I need to course correct here or there, or maybe I just need to zoom out and look at the big picture again. When you're trying to get somewhere, it makes sense to stop and look at the map. So I am bundled here on my little couch nest. I have my planner and I'm going to brainstorm a little bit and think about what I need to get done, what's going well, and what I need to change. I also have my coffee and a toasted Uncrustable to keep me going. It took a little bit of time to brainstorm, but this is what I've come up with for today. First, I have a to-do list for the day. This is mostly my regular tasks from my cleaning list, it seems, that I would like to get done today. None of them are very involved or time-consuming, but if I don't get to these tasks, it's not a big deal. My priority is going to be with doing my reset, and for that, I have a separate list. I have several areas that I need to address, and once you see them, you'll realize why I needed the reset. First on the list is taking out my recycling. That's the recycling that I did while clearing out my kitchen from last week, maybe? I did take some of those things out, but I still have a big pile of boxes. So those need to get broken down and taken out for recycling. I've also been putting things in for donation, and what do you think happens to those things? Do you think I pack up my car and take them out that day? No, obviously not. So I do have a bin of things that I need to drop off, so I'll drop off those donations. I've also completed one item on my to-do list, so I get $20 from my money back from my friend. But on my to-do list for today, I have washing the pet towels. So I'm really hoping I can get that in. So that way I can check off another item and I can get $40 today. I haven't been doing very well on these. So I'm adding a little bit more pressure to this challenge because currently my wallet is absolutely empty of cash. I gave my last $5 to my friend yesterday who forgot her wallet and wanted to get some fries for her kiddo on the way home. And so right now there's absolutely nothing in there but some coins. So that $40 would really come in handy. I also have another item to add to this list. It was originally supposed to be 12 items. The item that I am going to add is making an appointment to change my tires because that is something that's needed. And I know there was one more thing I thought of this morning when I was in the bathroom. And I thought to myself, I really need to add that to my to-do list. That would be great. And that would make 12. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what that was. So hopefully that'll come to me later. And I'll fill this in a little later, but let's go back to the reset. So that was picking up the money. I also need to drop off some of the cleaning stuff that I pulled out from under my kitchen sink that I wasn't going to use, but I thought a friend could. And that's going to tie in really nicely. So I'm going to drop that off as well because right now it's just sitting there in the middle of my kitchen. I have to buy a bin for my linen closet, maybe 2 bins. So I want to go check Dollar Tree and see what they have right now, see if anything in there would work for me. If I don't actually buy the bin, that's no big deal, but I'll be satisfied if I went in and looked for one. I also have a decluttering pile in the hallway where I just put random things that I come across that I'm like, oh, I can declutter this. But it didn't fit in any category, or they were things that I thought of after. You know, I sometimes go through stuff and then I'm like, oh, wait, I kind of regret I didn't get rid of that thing. So those are things I've just been putting aside. And today we're going to declutter that pile because I'm taking out the decluttering. I'm going to throw everything else out that needs to get thrown out because a lot of those decluttering items I was just putting aside so I could show you, but they're mostly things to be thrown out. And because of that, we're going to have some items that we can tick off on our tracker as well for today. And finally, I have some books in the car that I need to drop off, and I'll do that as well. As you can see, many of the items on this list require basically running errands, so I'm going to try and combine all of that today before work, and hopefully it won't take too long. Again, the reset list is my priority, and if I do have time, I'll do things on my to-do list as well, but I am going to start out with washing the pet towels so I can get that $40 today. I've also made a plan for how I want to proceed, considering the issues that I've been having these past 2 weeks. The plan is mostly things I can do on a daily basis to improve my outcomes and make things easier for myself. Point number 1 is getting back to a better sleep schedule. For some reason, I've been staying up way too late and then having problems getting up in the morning, which just puts me behind. So I want to make sure that I am sleeping by 11, which means that I'd like to be in bed right after 10. And in order to be mindful and make that happen, I am going to be setting alarm on my phone at 10 p.m. to remind me to get to bed. It's worked in the past and hopefully it'll help me now. Second item on the list is vitamins. I have been feeling pretty tired, run down, and just blah. And I know a big part of that is that it's winter, I don't get out enough, and I'm probably low on vitamin D. So what I've gotten myself recently is a new vitamin that I'm going to take consistently. Speaking of things I want to do consistently, I want to tick off 3 of the 5 daily habits before I even go to work. And those are flossing, washing my face, taking my vitamins, drinking a whole bottle of water, and having some kind of movement. This is something that I track every day in my planner, and I haven't been very consistent with it. And I know all of these items are there for a reason. They do help me have a better day, better mood, and better health. And since I tend to put things off to the evening when, well, let's be honest, nothing gets done, I want to focus on getting some of these things at least done before work. And finally, my last point here is having my morning a little more organized. As it stands now, I get up, make my coffee, feed the cats, and kind of work in my planner on the couch a little bit. And then slowly, when I feel like it, I start getting things done. And let's be honest, I usually don't feel like it. So that puts me behind right away. Because I don't have a consistent time when I'm waking up, this is going to be a little vague, but give me a sec, I'll explain. What I want to do is be dressed and eat breakfast within 1 hour of waking up. So this is how I see that working in practice. Let's say I wake up at 7 a.m., I get up, I make my coffee, I feed the cats, I'm on the couch, I am journaling in my planner, I'm planning out my day. By 8 o'clock, I'd like to be dressed and eating breakfast. So that wraps up that morning leisurely time and puts me in the right position to get going and start things off well in the morning. It's always easier to start working on something when you're dressed. But also my house is pretty chilly, so there's definitely a barrier in just getting up from under the blanket and getting dressed. If I get up at 7:45, let's say, my cutoff would be 8:30. So I think having a half hour to an hour of that time in the morning on the couch before I have to get up and do anything is pretty reasonable and doable. All right, so that is the plan that will hopefully have me more organized and better prepared going forward. I will obviously be starting on this as of today because there's no better time than the present. But that's enough talking. Let's get stuff done. First, like I mentioned, I'm going to start out by gathering all the pet towels. I'm going to throw those in the wash, and I am going to work on that recycling so I can get that out of the way and we can keep moving. Now, time for these. Here by the door is where I'm hiding my main decluttering bin. The recent stuff obviously is on top, but there's some older stuff on the bottom there. Let me drag this out and pack things up, see what actually is going to go for donations, and I'll pack that in a garbage bag, and then whatever else in there that needed to be thrown out. I'll take care of that as well. All right, now we have this bin empty aside from this bag that could be used to transport stuff in the future when I have less donations. So I'm going to leave that in there for now. And let's see what else I have here in the hallway that we can get rid of. First things first, it's this little shelf here. I've been putting things away for a while. And all of these things here, except for the air fresheners, are things that I'm decluttering in that I am throwing out. I have 1, 2, 3 socks and 1, 2, 3 candles. Let's put those in the trash. That's 6 items. Here on the other side, I have this pillow I wanted to get rid of. So that's going to be trash also, and that's 7 items. I also have this part from a measuring tape and this broken frog, which I thought maybe I counted before in something, so I'm not going to count that at all. We're going to keep it at 7 items. However, let me show you the issue that I've come across. This is why I don't keep stuff in the house. I need to get it out ASAP. Because in my donation bin, I had this decorative item and I was getting rid of it. But now I started thinking about what I want my bedroom to look like, how I want to decorate it, and this seems like it would be something that would fit in there. It looks a little worse on camera because the lighting's not that good here in the hallway, but it's not that bad still. So now I'm pulling it back out from the donations. That's how it goes sometimes. If you really have a hard time letting things go, make sure that whatever you are planning to donate or get rid of, pack that out and take that out immediately. I don't have so much of an issue, but once in a while it comes up. So I'm keeping this. I'm not counting those 2 little things at all. So I'm just counting 7 items for today. And maybe eventually when I do decorate my bedroom, I will decide that I don't actually like this or need this in any way. But now I have my trash prepared here. And I have my donation bag prepared here, and I'll be taking both to the car to get rid of today. I just went to grab a pen so I can check things off here, and I found number 8 for today. This pencil, I've had it for a long time. It's well loved. Unfortunately, it's broken, so that's going in the trash as well today. So that's a total of 8 items I'm going to be checking off the list here. We are past 300 now, guys. Awesome. Here's my updated to-do list. It looks like I'll be getting 40 bucks today, and hopefully I can remember that one more thing that I wanted to add here. The cleaning stuff is packed up. I already gave one away. Let's see what we can check off so far. The towels are in the wash, so I'm taking those out. I did take the recycling out. The donations are in my car. I got to pick up the money and drop off the cleaning stuff on the way. I'm going to go look on bins while I'm out also. I did declutter the decluttering pile. And finally, I'm going to drop off those books while I'm out as well. If at this point in the video things start feeling chaotic, it's because they are. I am now in my car. I decided that before I bring all those things to my car that I gotta run around and drive everywhere, I really need to clean out my car. That is on my to-do list for today. I'm not actually washing my car today. I'm just cleaning it out, wiping things down a little bit, and vacuuming, hopefully. I do have some quarters in my empty wallet, so that should be enough. But right now, it's looking a little crazy in here. It's definitely looking much better now. There's still stuff on the floor, but most of those are books I got to drop off, and then that bin is a bin of things that I keep in the car. So all I want to do now is go get the car vacuumed, and then I will wipe things down, like all the spills here. Okay, the reality is that my car is well beyond just a casual vacuum with a crappy vacuum and a wipe down. My car really needs a actual clean, probably a deep clean, honestly, but it's better than it was. And now it's all packed up. My wallet was literally empty, but I'm here now to get my money. Even exchange. This Dollar Tree has a very tiny container section. I gotta try a different store. It's 10 p.m. and I'm in bed. Hopefully I can fall asleep soon.